Hey, what's going on, guys? We are going to talk about SAFEMOON today. I have talked about SAFEMOON before, but I haven't made a video just about SAFEMOON, and I think it's just about time that I do. So, and I've also had several people ask me to do so. So, let's talk about SAFEMOON. SAFEMOON is, you could say, maybe the granddaddy of these moon coin projects. You know, I've been reporting on 4 different moon coins. There's a bunch of them out there now. I get somebody every day telling me about a new one that I should report on. And quite frankly, I think I could have a full-time job just doing that. And as I've tried to share with people in the past, I only spend about, well, I spend a certain percentage, a relatively small percentage that I invest in what I call moon projects of any kind. So those would be brand new coins or whatever. That's my strategy. But some of these things are fun to talk about, fun to dream about, fun to think about. But we also have to keep a realistic perspective. So be sure to watch until the end of this video because I'm going to share with you a couple of things about my perspective. There's a lot of conversation about can this coin go to a penny? And I'm going to tell you what I think about that. So, guys, this is Jeff here on the CC Mentor channel, your cryptocurrency coach and mentor. And whether you're brand new in the cryptoverse or you've been around for a while, I'm here to help you just navigate this crazy space, dig up possible opportunities, and generally share my views about the crypto market in an effort to hopefully help you to make some money, hopefully help me to make some money too. And occasionally I do go off on a philosophical rant about how I see things in this amazing world of digital assets. So if you enjoy the content, I would really appreciate you punching that like button, subscribing to the channel, and I'd love to have you drop a comment to share your own views. So with that, let's get into it. So what is SAFEMOON? If you don't know, well, then you probably haven't even looked at any of these moonshot coins yet, or you may not realize that this was really, at least from my perspective, from what I've seen so far, seems to be the one that started it all. They started back in March. And it is one of these deflationary coins. I've been reporting on Octa quite a bit, actually, because I like the Octa project. I've been reporting also on Moonrat and on Elongate. And, you know, SAFEMOON and Octa seem to be the ones that are getting the most attention. So we're going to talk about price action here in a little bit. We're going to talk about some discrepancies that I see in some things. But we're also going to talk about what are the possibilities for this to help you to become maybe even a millionaire. So first thing we're going to talk about is price and current status. So the current price is 72.69. I'm going to say that, let me really clarify that number, 0.000007269. All right. So when I say 72.69 or any other price, it's going to include those 5 zeros in front of it until we lose one of those zeros as the price goes up. There's currently about 1.8 million holders of SAFEMOON in wallets, and the current circulating supply is about 585 plus trillion coins. Why so many? Well, that is a good question, and it seems like most of these moonshot coins started with a total supply of 1 quadrillion. So did SAFEMOON. And then they did a burn in the early stages, pretty much close to the beginning of the launch. And that was 223 trillion in this case, and that left 777 trillion on the market. Now, every time someone either buys or sells SAFEMOON, there is a fee, 5% fee, that's redistributed to all the other holders, and then there's another portion of it that's burned. That burn is what reduces the supply, and ultimately, in theory, that supply can go down and down and down and down and down, which should cause the price of the coin to go up and up and up and up and up eventually, correct? All right, so that's how that looks. Again, there's a lot of people saying, wow, this could go to a penny. I right now don't see evidence that that is possible for a whole lot of reasons, but let's find out. So I do think there's a lot of cool progress that's happening with SAFEMOON, and I want to give them credit for that. And by the way, I do own SAFEMOON. I don't want to sit here and make it sound like I'm bagging on SAFEMOON, because I'm not. I like the project. I would like to see them be extremely successful. So just to give you some of the highlights, they have a, let's go to their Twitter actually. And so it sounds like they're very close to launching their own wallet. They've secured a partnership with Simplex CC, which sounds like that might be something that's beneficial. I honestly don't know that much about that company. I'll do a little more research and report back later. They are talking about being on an exchange, or being an exchange trading app within 6 months. So that's actually pretty cool if they actually become an exchange, which would give them a really high level of utility. Although it's, to be fair, there are a lot of exchanges, a lot of wallets out there that would be competing with them. And if they came out with something unique, that would change things dramatically. But either way, I would think that would just really drive the price up. And the price has been surging, although it has dipped down a little bit lately. And then it started to crawl back up again. I'll take a look at the charts here in a minute and show you that. There's also been a couple of really interesting mainstream news articles. For example, Hypebeast reported that SafeMoon continues pushing forward by overtaking Bitcoin on CoinMarketCap as the #1 watched coin. And that's a pretty big deal. I mean, more people are watching SafeMoon than watching Bitcoin. That seems kind of crazy, but it actually is true. So, and then that was reported not only at Hypebeast, which is basically just a sort of generic reporting site, but also over here on Newsweek. Newsweek. Dun, 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 dun. It's actually about 2 days ago on Newsweek. SafeMoon crypto overtakes Bitcoin on CoinMarketCap's most watched list, 1.3 million. So that's pretty amazing, right? By itself, that it's reported in that kind of a mainstream news outlet. But here's the one that was really interesting. And this was just a mention, but it's a mention in the Wall Street Journal, guys. I mean, this is pretty impressive. So, and it was really part of a Dogecoin article, to be fair. Obviously, we know what's been going on with Dogecoin, especially after Saturday Night Live last night. Not the topic of today's video, but yeah, this is prompting investors to turn their attention to newer digital assets such as Digibyte, VeChain, which I love, by the way, sidebar, and SafeMoon in the hunt for cheaper alternatives that could be the next to skyrocket. That kind of news reporting is really, really good for SafeMoon. I like the project. Like I said, I do like the project. Now, I have noticed a couple things to be aware of as you're watching this project. So let's go back to the homepage here and let's go back to the price. So this price is apparently based on their version of the live chart. I'm not going to click it here because I already have it open. But the live chart over here at bogged.finance, that seems to be where that information is pulling from. And it also seems to be significantly lower than some other places. So if you go over to CoinMarketCap, you'll see here that the price says 0.00008927, significantly higher. Okay, and if you look on CoinGecko, you'll see, let me refresh to make sure that's accurate. You'll see the same thing, 0.000814 in this case. So even a significant difference between these two prices. But what SafeMoon's reporting is not the higher price, it's reporting the lower price. So I think that what we're seeing over here is real-time pricing on PooCoin as well as on Bogged. And that's what I would tend to trust. And I'll go back to a chart analysis here in a little while. But I do want to talk about something. Actually, I'm going to wait till the very end to talk about something. So let's do the chart analysis right now. So here's what we've been seeing. This is a very similar pattern to what we've been seeing. We're looking at a 4-hour chart, by the way. It's a very similar pattern to what we've been seeing in all of these types of coins. And there's been a really big spike up. There's been a downward trend. There's been a lot of sideways action. There was a sideways action that was sort of trending to the downside. If you kind of draw a line here, you can see that. And then once it broke out of that channel, this was kind of a, yeah, I guess, I mean, it's hard with all those major wicks, but let's just give it the benefit of the doubt and call it that. Once it broke out of that, then all of a sudden there was a big spike up. But also there's been a big spike down. Now this was really a long wick. Apparently that price poked down. There was probably a whale-sized sell order that took place that drove the price down, but it did tend to come right back up, popped right back up. Still has not gone back to its original all-time high, which was 86.56 according to this chart. I mean, you could argue that maybe it was 891.51, but again, I don't, on a 4-hour chart, I don't necessarily count the wicks as the solid price action. So yeah, so just, you know, I like to be conservative and look at the top of the candle. So yeah, you know, I think, you know, it certainly looks like it has the potential to continue on up and set a new all-time high. But right now we're just going to have to watch that price and see. I do want to show you one thing though. I love this the Fibonacci retracement tool. So I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. And again, technical analysis on these types of coins is iffy at best, but I'm going to go from the bottom of the last move here up to the top of the price where it has been currently. And you can see that it really traced back right almost down to that 38% level, a little bit past it. It's following, just kind of bouncing off these support levels. So what was resistance is now support. You can see that right here as well. So, when it went down to that level, it bounced right off of it. So look, guys, I don't know if a lot of you that are into SafeMoon are into technical analysis, but I like to look at charts because charts are a pattern of human behavior. That's actually what you're looking at here. It's not just a bunch of technical mumbo jumbo. This is showing exactly how humans behave in certain circumstances. What I do like to see is closer to down here, a lot more buying than selling that's happening, and that tends to drive the price up. So, take it with a grain of salt. Again, I'm not here to provide financial advice. I'm just giving you my financial opinion, and I do like to look at charts to look for opportunities. When this breakout actually did happen with this, this downward trend line, that would have been a really good time to buy more or buy in. Honestly, I would say the next breakout point, if we see this price go down, here, let me move that a little bit. If we see this price go down and hit, I think you've got buying opportunities at around 56.27. Again, here at 4,900. I think you could say 65.01 is a decent buying opportunity. But if we break out and stay broken out on a 4-hour candle above 86.27, or especially above 91.80, I think then we're looking for a real breakout and we're going to start to see the price action move higher. Again, my opinion, just based on an analysis. So I'm not going to spend any more time on that. The last thing we're going to talk about here on SafeMoon is this crazy thought that what would it be like if you own 1 million or 100 million or 1 billion SafeMoon and the price goes to a penny. All right, well, how can the price go to a penny? Let's find out. So right now, if you understand market cap basically is calculated by taking the price of the coin and you multiply it by the current supply. So they're keeping what we expect is a reasonably accurate current supply of the coin. This is based on what's being burned, based on the transactions that are taking place. Now, we can assume that that's more accurate than what we're seeing on either the other, CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, because it's happening in real time and it's happening according to the contract. And you could go and verify that. I'm not going to go into all that right now. So just so I can confirm that for you and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're going to take the current price and we're going to multiply it by the current supply. We're assuming this is the accurate circulating supply, and times by that, and we should get the same number that they have here, 4,246,223,336. Okay, so that's how you make the calculation. I just want to make sure you see that I'm not cheating. Now, what does the market cap have to be for SafeMoon to go to a penny? All right. Now, before I calculate that for you, I want to show you something. If you're not familiar with market cap, this is the market cap of the entire crypto market right now. It's about 2.4 trillion, almost 2.5 trillion dollars. Okay. 2.5 trillion. Remember, that's a big number, but remember that number, okay, because it's really important when we look at this. All right, so now I'm going to go back to the site. I'm going to say, okay, let's say the price goes to a penny. Now, obviously, the only math we can go by is the current supply, but we can take some guesses at some other things. So we're going to take the current supply, we're going to multiply it by a penny, and what do we get? That is a huge number, guys. The market cap would have to be $5.8 trillion for SafeMoon to go to a penny. Okay? You think that's possible? $5.8 trillion? That means that SafeMoon would have to have over twice the amount of market cap that the entire crypto market has now. Okay? I don't think that's realistic. So let's see what might be realistic. If it goes to a penny, what if this number, we know the supply is perpetually going down. So let's say that the circulating supply, after all the burning and all the transactions, goes down to 200 trillion. I don't know. Is that possible? I don't know. I have no idea. We're just kind of throwing darts at a dartboard right now. All right. That would mean that we would have to have a $2 trillion market cap just for SafeMoon, when right now the entire crypto market cap is 2.5 trillion. So it's not really realistic, I don't think, to think that that coin is going to go to a penny, because that would also mean we'd have to be looking at an incredibly large crypto market cap. Incredibly large. But is it possible that we could knock off 2 digits, maybe 3 decimal points? You know, is it possible? Sure, I think that's possible. I mean, look, if you stop and think about it, look at this. Let's look at the price again, okay? Right? For every decimal point we move, we increase by 10 times. So we move 3 decimal points, that's 1,000x return. And I don't know, maybe that's doable. So that's the way I see it, guys. That's the way I see the whole thing breaking down. I do believe they're making great progress, and I love to see the project take off. Let's see what they do. I'm excited about the potential of the crypto market overall. I think it is, as I've shared before, about an evolution and a revolution of the financial world. It's about your ability to do what you want, have what you want, create what you want for your family, have the freedom to do what you need to do without having to ask a government or a financial institution for permission to even use your own money for your own purposes. So it's about sovereignty, guys. And crypto represents true freedom on so many levels. Honestly, has the ability to do a great deal of good in the world too. And it's already doing that in many cases. It's helping change people's lives. So look, I'm going to wrap it up right there, guys. Look, I know I probably went off on some tangents here. I went off on my trusty philosophical rants, but tell me what you think. I mean, I always say this, you know, I'm not the smartest guy in the room necessarily. You can never learn anything by thinking that you are the smartest guy in the room. So drop a comment below. Let me know your opinion. Let us all know your opinion, because your opinion is just as valid as mine. And remember, if you like the content that I'm producing for you here, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you can get notified every time I drop a new video. And it also really helps the YouTube algorithm to help find us and helps me to grow the channel. So I do appreciate you guys' support. We're coming up on about 850 subscribers right now. I'd love to see if we can get to, say, 100 likes on this video and also push toward that 1,000 subscriber mark, which we should be able to do within the next few days, I think. So remember, guys, for now, crypto can get crazy, so stay fearless, stay smart, always make the best decisions for you and for your family so that you can build your legacy. This is Jeff, CC Mentor, your cryptocurrency coach and mentor, and I am out. See ya.